Hello and welcome back to Tea in the Deep Blue Sea with me, Victoria. So today's video is the first in my new series, Habitats Explored. So this is a new series that's going to take us through to the end of the year. Each week I'm going to be exploring a different habitat. This week's video is on the intertidal zone. I hope you enjoy the video. Remember to leave a thumbs up, comment down below and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Thank you very much for watching. Let's dive in. Cheers. The intertidal zone, also known as the foreshore, the seashore or the littoral zone, is an extreme ecosystem that constantly experiences drastic changes. It is an area where the ocean meets the land between high and low tide. The area where it is underwater at high tide and exposed during low tide. Living in the intertidal zones means species need to be able to withstand changes in moisture, temperature and salinity, as well as strong crashing waves. It is divided into 4 zones, each with distinct characteristics and ecological differences. The spray zone, high intertidal zone, middle intertidal zone and low intertidal zone. I'm briefly going to talk you through the characteristics of each zone. The spray zone gets dampened by the ocean spray and large waves. It's only submerged during very high tides or severe storms. The high intertidal zone is submerged during high tide but remains dry for long periods in between. It is inhabited by hardy sea life that can withstand the pounding waves, such as marine snails, barnacles, limpets and hermit crabs. Crab. The middle intertidal zone is where tides ebb and flow twice a day. There is a greater variety of marine life here, including sea stars and anemones. The low intertidal zone is virtually always underwater except during the lowest of tides. Life here is protected by the water and is more abundant. Some organisms that live in the higher intertidal zones can close themselves up in their shells to remain wet during the low tides. Some are more mobile and they are able to move to submerged areas where the tide goes out. In the lower zones, many plants and animals attach themselves to rocks to stay in one place to help them brace for the impact of the waves. The intertidal zone is an important feeding ground for marine mammals and birds alike. Seals, sea lions and fish can forage in the intertidal zone, and at high tide and then at low tide, seabirds wander across looking for their next meal. So at rocky shorelines, rock pools can form, where seawater collects when the tide goes out. Organisms that cannot survive in low tide conditions can take refuge in these pools. The intertidal zone acts as protection for the coast from erosion, protecting the buildings along the coast from strong, powerful waves. Threats facing the marine intertidal zone include tourism and human-induced environmental impacts such as pollution. Habitat destruction and climate change are also threats faced by some of the species here. That was all about the intertidal zone. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned what the intertidal zone is and about the different zones within it. If you have learned something, remember to like this video and leave a comment down below. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Victoria with Tea in the Deep Blue Sea. Cheers.